Hey, what's up? One person's in the chat. Always forget my glasses. I took another nap. Wasn't feeling good. My stomach was bothering me, so we hold off till tomorrow to go tomorrow out for to celebrate my job and everything. My stomach was a little upset this afternoon. I'll be right back. Let me go get my glasses real quick. Hey, two people in the chat. Hit that like button as you enter in and exit out, please. I think I'm coming home early. Where my body's yearning for what you did last night. Woo! I guess everybody ran out of here, huh? But that's okay. People will come in. Just give people a little bit more time. My hair is just disgusting. One person in the chat. Good evening. It's your girl Casey McDaniel. I promise I'm trying not to keep y'all too long. I just wanted to follow up on some things. What's going on? The update on R.Kelly. I got a notification from Infamous Sylvia today that R.Kelly is coming home. But before I can confirm that, I want to wait for a view from Tracy's point. Because I'd like to hear from more than one person's source that he's going to be, this is really what's going on before I really, really get excited when I got this information and everything. And I'm hoping that it's true. I'm really hoping that it's true. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you been moving around as well. And you got this information. And there's some people who don't go over there. So that's why I come back to my channel and I open up and do a live and stuff and say, well, I got this information from Infamous Sylvia because this is where I got it from. But I'm waiting on a view from Tracy so I can confirm that before I really get excited about it. I just want everybody to just calm down, because that's sometimes people just put things out there just for clickbait, just for clickbait and just so that they can get people to come over to their channel and everything else like that. Because after they made the announcement, they went into talking about the protest for August the 6th of 2021. And I've been trying to get in touch with Daddy Lolo for the longest. Like, if anybody hear from him, I don't go to everybody's channel. And the people that I do go to channel, I give them that. I leave that information with them to let them know Daddy Lolo. And they got back to me and said he wanted me to contact him on Twitter and on Instagram. And I told him I don't have Twitter and Instagram. Is there? You could give him my number or my email or whatever, and they hit me up. Because there's some things I wanted to share with him, to protect him. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be hosting something and you putting your name out there that you're going to be the host of this protest, there's some things that you got to think about before, people come out. One of the things that I said, and I think I went over this stuff with you on a previous live that I did. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? Good evening. Yeah, so some of the things that I did want to share with him is that being that we had so much trouble in the past. Let me turn this music down some. I'm a Gerald Levert. I love Gerald Levert, y'all. May his soul rest in peace. But I did love me some Gerald Levert. And I always like to play music. It gets me pumped up. Yes, girl. Yeah. So I just was trying to say, because I did leave the information with Infamous Sylvia, and I said, can you please have Daddy Lolo contact me and let him know, give him my email, give him my phone number, because I don't usually just give anybody my contact information. I got to feel that trust in you that I will do something like that. So she did contact me and said that he would like for you to contact him on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. And I said, I don't have Twitter or Instagram. So can you tell him to please just shoot me an email, or if you don't want other people to be in it, we could do a meeting in Zoom, so other people won't be in our conversation or whatever. And then there could be other witnesses there that can witness our conversation or whatever, so that somebody is there to hear what I said and would hear what he had to say, so it's always good to have a witness there. Oh, your husband love him? Yeah, I love Gerald Levert. Yes, I used to love me some Gerald Levert. I love Eddie Levert as well. His father, they both got great voices. I mean, they could sing they butt off. That is one singing family. And it's sad. My heart goes out to Eddie Levert that he had to lose both his sons, Sean and Gerald. They died like a month right behind each other. I'll get into that story some other time. I found that out on Unsung, and I was like shocked that both of his sons died right behind each other like that. Wow. Yeah, right a month right after or it was a year or a month or something like that, a year or a month behind each other that they both passed away. I got to get more information about how, they deaths, occurred or whatever. Yeah, so I was just like saying that, it's good to get in contact with other people that want to participate in this event because of the things that's going on right now. Yeah, so that everybody will be on one accord and everybody can, we can have a very organized and a protest that's going to run well. Great people out there to speak for what's going on right now, the injustice being done to Robert Sylvester Kelly. And we get some great speakers out there, people that could speak on a lot of things we've been speaking on our platform about. Not only just about R. Kelly, but also about what was taking place with the Me Too group and Time's Up and Mute R. Kelly and how they went about doing things to railroad this man, put this man behind bars for under these allegations without this even going to court and finding that any of these things that was said was true. Even with the docu-series that was on his life that was put out there before this man even went to trial, and they already rushed to judgment. And then all of a sudden, after they did all of that, then they come and arrest this man, and everything just seemed like something ain't right about this. So I'm hoping that this whole thing just be thrown out because it's so contaminated, it's so corrupt about how they went about doing things, how they broke the law, and what they did to Robert Sylvester Kelly, and how they had a smear campaign with this man's, putting his character out there like that and saying stuff like this on a television network, and then it's just crazy. It was just crazy. And these women out here selling books and doing book signings and all this stuff going all over the place, telling their stories or whatever. Yeah, you can tell your story, but at least tell your story when this is all been proven to be true in the court of law, and that he went to trial and he was convicted. He was not convicted. It was not in the law. Yes, we're going to get to that, Tanya. I'm going to explain that to you too. That's why I said that. But moving on and everything, I said, but this don't seem right. It's not right. It's not fair to R. Kelly because this is not making it fair for him to have a fair trial. For y'all to put a docu series out and calling him a predator and a sexual predator, and that he was abused. Yeah, it was like a witch hunt. You know what I'm saying? And then after they did all of that, then that's when they came and they put him on Gayle King. And then that's when they came with the attack some more on him. Even Gayle King, who was the exactly Gayle King, who is the oh God, the name just won't come on the top of my head. But then on her platform, and then she didn't even give him a chance to really explain his side of the story before she came with an attack. She attacked his character. So it was just like really done. So to me, it just wasn't done right. And then, of course, people and Tasha K and these bloggers and all these people came and attacked this man. And this man did not even go to trial, did not have been convicted. I have never seen anything, like I said before in my last live that I did about a couple of days ago. I have never seen this done to anybody, to anybody is a celebrity or whatever that has been found in some kind of such as committed some kind of crime, such as being a sexual predator. They didn't even do that to Bill Cosby, because of course they said Bill Cosby was on trial, but they didn't, at that time and everything, they was on trial about his case. And when he was found guilty, they didn't do a docu-series on Bill Cosby. They didn't come at him with all of these book signings and that they told these stories about him drugging these women and having sex with them and raping them and all this other stuff. That was not ever done to anybody, not even to Michael Jackson, even though they took them and they just like what they did with Michael Jackson. But anyway, They did worse to R. Kelly than they did to Jeffrey Dahmer. That's exactly right, S2. How you doing? How you doing, S2? That, it's just like this. It wouldn't even be fair for him to have a trial because they don't smear this man's character out there. They don't win on this witch hunt. They don't win out there in defamation of character. They didn't even give him a chance to even prove his side of the story before they all just jumped on the bandwagon with all of this. And then they they muted his music. They stopped his music. They froze up all his money just to make sure he don't get have the money to pay for a good legal defense. You see, all of the things they did to this man so he can, and then they call that justice. That's not justice at all. And it wasn't even, like I said before, and I'm not going to backtrack, but even wasn't fair to the women to even do that because it even put them in danger. About people coming on attacking them, even if their story may have been true. Yeah, so I just wanted to just come and follow up on this. That's now that saying that he is coming home, and I believe he is coming home. But I just really want to hear from another source because I don't really go with one source when I hear that R. Kelly is coming home. But since it was put out there, and I had a feeling in my heart that this trial it shouldn't even go forward, and I think Judge Donnelly is also feeling something herself. Like, this ain't right that this man has been treated like this for the last 2 years. We've been holding him in detention, and he hasn't even been to court yet. He's not even getting the chance to even sit down and have adequate counseling with his legal team or whatever. And we ready to put him on the on trial. It's not fair. These women are out here free as a bird, and they out here selling books, and they living a lavish lifestyle, and they living lovely and fine and all this other stuff. And I was just sharing with Black CEO Media because I just came off his live, and they were just going over some of the things as well about all of these people that have been not convicted, but been accused, who's been accused for sex crimes and like Mike Tyson and a lot of other, high profile celebrity men and everything else like that. And then they come to find out these women were lying, and these men have been acquitted or whatever for whatever they had, or they settled it out of court in some kind of way or whatever to get money. So Robert Sylvester Kelly has been going through a lot, and it's hard to really believe anything these women are really saying. And it makes it even hard for real victims of sex crimes. And that's what I'm saying, to go and lie just so that you can getting PP loans. Yeah. PP loans and everything. And I'm like saying, yeah, they looking for money and all this other stuff. Because I said, this could happen to anybody. This can really happen to anybody, any celebrity, and even not to even just a celebrity. It could just happen. And that's why I wanted to come and talk on this protest that's ready to go, to take place in August, August the 6th. I said before anybody comes to any protest, please, if you have a platform and you've been R. Kelly platform, and you're going to have people coming to this protest and everything, please make sure you get registrations of who's coming. Yes, Truth Media. I don't know who that is. But anyway, you make sure you get registrations of who's coming. Make sure there is ID. Those who coming from your team. For nothing could come back on anybody saying that something happened there and nobody was looking out for the safety of people coming. Make sure you don't bring no minors there and something happened, because there was things that came back from protests from in the past that some people were supposed to have been sexually, something like that came back. To avoid anything like that, protect yourselves. Make sure you get protected. We heard the Kanika Jenkins story. This young lady ended up in a hotel, and the next thing you know, she ended up found in a freezer. We don't want that to happen. You want to make sure if you're coming out to a city, especially to a big city like New York, and people just come out and they just be out there in the crowd and everything, make sure you whatever hotel you staying in, you make sure you check that out. You do your research. You find out if anything ever happened at that hotel. It was just somebody on Facebook the other day saying that her and her family was at a hotel, and somebody got in her room, and they identified themselves as a housekeeper or something like that, or a maintenance worker or something. And she was there, and the person was in her room. And when she went and asked about the situation, nobody knew who this person was, and they were covering it up. So you got to be very careful about when you go to these things to protect yourself. Make sure you got security around you. And you have to police people that are coming out to this event, and especially if they coming off your channel, know who they are, know how old they are that are attending this event. And then on top of that, make sure you, if you can't, you going with it, make sure you come with a group. Make sure every time your group is, when you say y'all going to be at or whatever like that, make sure that person is there to report there, and y'all check names off on the list. Those groups that are following to come. We ain't worrying about the people that's coming from the outside that they just want to be a part. They see the protests going on and they just join it. Just worry about the people that you bring in. Let those people call you or contact you, give you their names, their identification, what hotel they staying in, or y'all all gonna stay at the same hotel. Make sure whatever hotels y'all staying at, that everybody stays together. You got to do that. Because there's so much going on. We know about the Kanika Jenkins story. This young lady went out of her room. She was with some friends, whatever, in Chicago. And the next thing you know, this young lady body ended up in some hotel in a freezer. And that can happen. You don't want nothing coming back saying it's on your, or coming back saying it was the R.Kelly protesters, this, that, they'll be on the news and somebody went missing and something happened and this, that, and the other. That's why I say stay with your group. If you're coming out to this protest, thank you. As to please hit the like button as you come in to the chat. And I'm just giving out some safety tips, making sure you stay safe. Because I'm from New York. I got family out there. I ain't staying in a hotel. But I'm saying for those of you who may be traveling from out of town and whatever group you coming with, like the people from the platform, if you're coming from Infamous Sylvia's platform, if you're coming from whoever platform it is, that are participating in the rally, that will be coming, make sure you get their names of all the number of people that coming with you, what hotels y'all are all going to be booked at and staying at. Make sure they're they're old enough to attend this thing. And if they come in at 18, 19, 20 years old or whatever like that, make sure they have some ID. Because you don't want nothing to be put on, no more stuff to come out saying it was R.Kelly on R.Kelly's name, because y'all doing this on the sake of Robert Sylvester Kelly. So you want to make sure you check to make sure things are done in that sort of order, so that you make sure you do some security checking and make sure that people are in a group and you stay with your group. Even if y'all want to go to the mall, somewhere to shop, this, that, the other, everybody have a meeting place at a certain time, and make sure you check who's in and who's out. And have phone numbers or whatever to contact them and let them know where you at, this, that, and the other. Because sometimes things can happen. And I'm just saying this so y'all could be safe. And this is what I wanted to share with the young man, Daddy Lolo. But he running all over with everybody else. But he don't come to my channel, so I tagged him anyway in this video. They got their little cliquish stuff going on. But there are some people who are real about the support and want to support this event and everything. But they just want to go who they want to go with. But I just say they rock with who they want to rock with. I wish everybody was able to be, not have this cliquish stuff. I ain't telling you come hang out with me and this, that. I'm way too old to be hanging out with y'all. I'm just saying I'm participating in this event, and I've been giving out this information to people. I'm looking to attend August the 6th, since they say August the 6th, they're looking for a big turnout and everything. So, okay, August the 6th, and that will be the day that I'm going to come. If it's going to be August, I'm only coming for one day. Because the next day or whatever, I got to get back home to business, because I got, a home life and things I have to attend to. So I can't be out there all weekend long. And I do have family and stuff out there, and I may end up staying long. I don't know if my family got something going on, because I know it's a lot of stuff taking place early August in New York, because New York also be having a lot of block parties and events going on, free concerts and things like that around that time of the year. I mean, it hasn't been for the last year or so because of the COVID. But this year, I'm pretty sure a lot of things are going to be popping off in New York. I also know that they're going to be having the in Harlem. They have Harlem Week. I don't know if it starts the first week. It's going to be the first week of August, or it may be in the second week of August. In New York, y'all can check with that. Those events that will be going on if you want to check with that. But make sure you stay with your group. If you coming, and if you're coming with Daddy Lolo, if you're coming with Infamous Sylvia, if you're coming with Tyson or Dabowski or whoever, you stay within your group. You stay with your group and y'all report to each other. So if anything happened, you know what I'm saying? We know where your whereabouts are. when you leave with anybody, you go somewhere, please let people know where you're going to be at so that they will be informed that, at least they make sure you okay. Don't just pop up and go to protests and rallies and ain't looking out for your safety, especially if you ain't been in New York before. And I'm from New York. I know New York. People get lost in the source somewhere. They want to go places, other places on the subway, or they want to go on the ride on the train, and they want to go out to Harlem, or they want to go somewhere out in Brooklyn. Well, downtown Brooklyn, the more stuff go on downtown Brooklyn, but they might want to go in other parts of Brooklyn, to see what's going on out there. But y'all be in Manhattan, because you're gonna be sort of like downtown Brooklyn, down in that area. It's like not too far out of Manhattan somewhere. Yeah, that's what I said. Come out of the bushes and please hit the like button, okay? Please hit the like button. Some of y'all just getting too comfortable staying on some people platforms, and I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do the best I can here, supporting the R.Kelly fight, but I'm just waiting on one more source before I really get happy about the fact that he's coming home. Me personally, I think they should just dismiss this whole trial because to me it's not fair because R. Kelly stuff is all out there. I had somebody came here and left a comment and said that he's been on trial. I mean, they've been investigating since 2018 and they just didn't have enough. How are they going to have, first of all, if you've been investigating since 2018, I ain't going to even run with that craziness because if you've been investigating him for 2018, wouldn't you have him already in custody and then already he has gone to trial and then you come with a conviction or whatever and then you could come with your story on Lifetime and you could come with your books and you could come with all other stuff that y'all want to attack him on, but the man hasn't even been on trial. Hey, Common Sense, how you doing? Thank you for coming by. So I can't run with that. I can't run with this. This man ain't even been on trial yet. Yes, in 2008, he been on trial. And I said another thing that, it happens. Because I shared the story about something that happened to me. It didn't happen to me, but it could have happened to me. I'm sorry. It didn't happen, but it could have happened to me. Thank God that the man that I was dating at the time was able to put some sense into my head, and so was some of the friends of mine that was like, KC, this ain't, make sure you call and get some agency or whatever like that you can get help for that young lady, but don't keep her in your house because that could turn on you. It could be the next thing she could have set you up to get you robbed, even though she seemed like she was a sweet little young girl and everything. She was just waiting to make her move. And you up here like her mom and everything kicked her out there. You don't really know the whole story. I did. She said her mom, but I saw the mother's wasn't right in character in some kind of way because she did have a living boyfriend or her husband or whoever, and she did have these two little young teenage daughters. Maybe this man was looking at her daughters and touching them, and she didn't want to believe her daughters, and she wanted to take her man over her daughters. So that could have been the problem. That's all I could think about. And then I remember when my man used to come by, how she checking him out and looking at him. So I don't know. This mother didn't seem too kosher. That's what I say, Common Sense. Don't come. You can't play my game. I'm 54 years old. Okay, I've been around and I saw a lot of things. And I'm just going to say, you can't tell me since 2018, you were investigating this man, Robert Sylvester Kelly, and did all these things. And then remember, they went to the house and they checked on the girls and they asked, and the girls, everybody was like, they was okay. Everybody came and said they was fine. They didn't see no evidence of anything, any abuse, any starvation, all these stories that these women were telling. None of these things were found in this man's home. None of these things. Black rooms and all that other stuff that they were saying. None of this stuff was found to be true. They went and they did a wellness check and everything on the girls. Even when Azarel and Joycelyn still remained with them, them girls were fine. Even Daryl Johnson Bowell, the man, came back and said that he was at the house and he saw that it seemed like there was no kind of mistreatment or anything with the girls. So what was they talking about? In 2018, they was investigating. Them girls wouldn't even still been in his house in 2021. I mean, in 2019, come on. They would have been on, took them girls out of the house. That's a bunch of crap. As to repeatedly, they changed the house. Can you please explain that to me? Repeatedly, they changed the house. Repeatedly, like, you mean that they kept changing up what house they was in or something like that they were saying? Is that what you're saying, S2? That's what I don't understand. If somebody's under investigation and you found evidence and you had them in custody, this is what I would think. You would have found the evidence, then took him in custody. Then it would have been a report on the radio, on the news, and everything that we found, blase, blase. Yes, it was. To me, it sounded like they was extorting this man for money. They was trying to get bribes and everything else done. Even Azarel said it herself on their platform that her father wanted her to do. Hey, a child. Her father wanted her to take nude photos and have do stuff with R. Kelly so he can get bribe him for money and blackmail him for money and all that other stuff. She said his own daughter said all of that, and the other daughter sat there and which was Joycelyn, and agreed with what Azarel said because she said her parents were doing the same thing. She confirmed what Azarel said because she said my parents are doing the same thing. So these two girls wasn't lying when they was on Gayle King's show. They was telling the truth, but it all went bad when Azarel knew that R. Kelly wasn't there to take care of her little behind no more and give her what she want anymore. So then she want to switch up her story and she want to come out and talk about she was eating Pookie and all this other. Ain't no reports that she been to no hospital, that she got sick or anything. Where's that? Where's the reports that she was sick and had to be rushed to the hospital from eating her feces? Where's the reports on any of this? All this abuse that's supposed to have taken place. You can't cover that up. She could have died without any medical treatment. You mean the doctors the doctors took a bribe too? Where's the doctors? Where's the hospital report? Come on. I don't know about her being school. I don't even think she was ever even a girlfriend, common sense, to be honest with you. She was just one young girl that was working on her music craft and working under R. Kelly's training and everything else like that. And next thing you know, it came out that I don't think she was ever his girlfriend. I think she was just the intern. Both of them. Both of them. And if these young girls did come stay with him, these young girls, because I did see him do videos and stuff where he was backstage telling them how to use their voice and everything to sing and all that other stuff, training them and telling them how to come in and this, that, and the other. They do that. He's done that with Whitney when he worked with Whitney Houston and everything when he did the song for her. So these young ladies were all coming forward to work under R. Kelly in their music careers, and R. Kelly didn't have time to be being around them anytime, all the time anyway, because he was always on tour. He was always out on tour, and he had a lot of stuff he had to oversee. I saw him backstage before he even started on the Soul Train Music Awards. He was backstage and he was singing with Ron Isley, and with Shantae Moore. And as he was telling them when they time to come in, when he gonna come in, dun, 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 he was just telling them that's how he is. He was giving them the notes, the keys when to come in, and they was getting everything. They was just doing their little warm up, whatever exercise. I don't believe nothing that trashy little girl say. I ain't gonna call a little girl, a young woman say, okay? She just was out for a bag, and she just knew that R. Kelly was going to do some time, and the money that was not gonna be coming in like she was getting the money to help her. What did she do with her money? She went and brought a booty, and she brought some boobs. She went and did all this cosmetic on her body. That's all she ain't need all of that done to herself. At least she could have got out. You ain't see what's her name do that to her body. What's the little young she came out when she was really young. I just saw her. She was very thin girl. How can I forget her? Brandy and what's her name again? What's the other little artist name? You ain't see them be doing all that craziness to themselves. These new young artists today, they something else. She lying. I don't think that man was her boyfriend or nothing like that. And if he did anything with her, I mean, I'm pretty sure it probably happened maybe within 2019 or some stuff like that when she was already like 20 years old or 19, 20 years old or whatever. Yeah, these young women lie. That's why I tell people and everything. You out here trying to save these misfits and these children that come from these troubled home lives and everything. Last thing I would do is have them under my care without any other supervision around, any adult supervision around, because at least have a witness or somebody around. And before you know, they probably wasn't even sleeping with R.Kelly, sleeping with somebody else that was in the camp somewhere, one of them managers or somebody out there. She's lying. I can't believe nothing Azarel says. And even if Joycelyn come out and say something, I was like, Joycelyn, sit your ass down. So she did the best thing is to keep her mouth shut and stay where the hell she at and just stay hidden somewhere quietly. Yeah, they going to jail. They're going to take R. Kelly and they're going to put them on trial. Okay? They're going on trial. They think they somebody in an indictment for as a victim, but they going as the perpetrators. It's going, see, God going to turn this whole thing around. Don't be lying on people's life like that. Don't be lying on God's people like that. They saw this man as a superstar with a great name out there, fame and all that other stuff, and they all was coming for a bag. And the thing that make it even more suspicious about them, that makes it even more obvious, yeah, that's all it is. They was obsessed fans. They came to work for this man. They was looking for a music career. They was looking for working on their craft, whatever, this, that, the other. And they came with these stories. And he probably took pictures like he take pictures with his fans. Even when he have to do a show, he'll take a picture with a fan or somebody like come to his show. Why was her parents bringing her there? They knew about the if he was such a predator and all this other stuff. Why would you even take your young daughter to R. Kelly? Why didn't you take your young daughters to either Drake or Trey Songz or somebody? Why they wanted to go with R. Kelly? Would you want to go with somebody that didn't have a reputation like that than to go with somebody that had a reputation out there like that? That's what makes them even more obvious. What they were all out there to do. All of them. And for the adult women, those other adults that was sitting up there, them women that was sitting up there on that platform. Oh, the Clarys need to be on the RICO. Never know. They just might be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't go back on your story. All that stuff is out there. That's what I'm saying. Like, she made herself look real dumb. So did her stupid father. So did her dad. Both of them. Both of them. And the only thing Tim Savage is begging his daughter to come home for is to cover him up. And she not trying to cover him up. She already put it out there. My dad knows just exactly, because she already did a video by herself out there in the park somewhere. And she said, my father know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, especially my father. He up there. Joycelyn, we love you, Joycelyn. All of that trying to play on her emotions and everything. Of course, she love you too, Dad, but she ain't gonna be doing the dirty work for you. She ain't trying to do your dirty work and trying to put an innocent man behind bars. And y'all using her to do that. Y'all hurting your own child. Y'all hurting her too. Putting your child into something evil and wicked like that. Playing on her feelings like that. Yeah, some parents, because the deal didn't go through. Now he begging for her to come home so she don't come out there and tell on his behind and testified against him. That's all. That's the only reason why he wanted her to come home, because she don't want him to test. He don't want his daughter to testify against what he did. So he trying to make her come home. They trying to get her home so she won't testify against them. That's all it is. And Azarel fell for the bait. She fell for the bait. Because she know that they're going to testify against their parents. They have to testify against their parents. Joycelyn didn't go back, but Azarel did. Because Joycelyn went on with her life. She's a grown adult woman. They have no control over her life. Her father has no control over her no more. He still want to play like my baby girl is at danger and that man is doing this. No, she's more at danger with you than she is with R. Kelly, because right now R. Kelly ain't even near her. He's in detention. That's what I'm saying. That's why they want her to come home. They don't want her to be there. They up there. I'm buying. Remember on her birthday when R. Kelly was first taken in, and he came running out there to make a scene with his cheap liquor shirt on and everything, with that cheap liquor T-shirt on his body, came running out there, and her daughter's in his daughter in Chicago, but he running up on the camera in Atlanta. That shows you how concerned he was about his daughter, right? He just wanted to make a scene. He running up on this man in Atlanta while his daughter is in Chicago. Make that make sense. And he know exactly where she was at. And Daryl, whatever his name, was in Atlanta, standing in front of the cameras or whatever, and they came and they saw him, and he says, that don't make no sense. They wasn't even in Chicago. They was out in Atlanta when they took R. Kelly in custody that night. That's the only reason why he want her to come home, so she don't testify against him. And that's why Joycelyn's been out of the scene, off the scene. She is a witness for Robert Sylvester Kelly. So they even went as far as bringing their story to who platform? What's the minister name again on the platform? Who was caught up in a whole lot of scandal, his doggone self, Jamal Bryant. Of all people, you going to Jamal Bryant with your story. This pimp minister who had a whole history of messing with young girls in his ministry, and even scandal was out that he even got one pregnant. Okay, yes, Mr. Savage, smart. Angelo has no control over his daughter. Never have. She disrespectful to her mom and dad. She do exactly what she wants to do. Always have since she was 12. I believe that. I believe she always had control over her parents. They had no control over her. They was training her to be a singer. And you know how they treat that little special little child it is, that little baby girl or whatever. And they was trying to get her a record deal. They was trying to get her stardom and everything else like that, grooming her until they found out, they wanted to put up there with R. Kelly. Or of all concerts, they're going to go to R. Kelly concert to try to put their daughter on the stage with him. And also for their daughter to be hooked up with him for her, to get her, help her with her music career. Of all things. So that's a setup right there. Of all people, they wanted to, and they knew that they could play on his heart because R. Kelly had a loving heart. And I believe he ain't going to have that kind of heart no more, but he was the type of person that wanted to give other people an opportunity and a chance because he always looked back at the life he had and he wanted to give back. And especially coming from the beginnings of his life, when he was out there singing and somebody gave him a chance, his music art teacher and stuff, helped him find that other gift in him of his musical gift. And remember when he got up on the Gayle King show, he was like, people keep hurting you, keep allowing yourself to forgive them over and over again. He broke down. I didn't do these things. Yes, I've been in relationships with some of these women, but the thing is that it just didn't work out. Because he started feeling they wasn't in the relationship because they loved him. They was in it to get something from him. Or they was being used to do certain things to him. So he had to get rid of them. What's her name knows the story. The disc jockey. What's her name? And she made sure she mentioned that we were adults. So she ain't want nothing to come back and bite her ass. She made sure she came back and said, we were in an adult relationship. Kitty Jones. That part she did say. I didn't hear the rest of it, but I know I heard that part. So at least she admitted that she was an adult and she made an adult decision when she was in that, but she wasn't making that much of an adult decision, leaving her child behind to go run behind a damn superstar. Who's in Africa now doing music videos? How in the hell she's a victim? Naked all over social media. Kitty Jones, or you talking about the other one? Now, if you look back at all these girls, like I don't really know Kitty's story, but if you look back at all these women's story, you'll see they had a troubled past. You can see that they all either was coming from broken home lives, and I know that Lisa Van Allen was already in a group home. Oh, Azarel, she in Africa now, so they won't expedite her ass. Oh, she trying to find out. Oh, them men in Africa ain't gonna play with her ass. They gonna have a feast with that little ass. Yes, they will. She better be careful how she running her little ass to Africa and think she gonna do the shit she did in America to the black men in America. Those African men will have her ass, and not only just them African men, them African women will have her little ass, because they ain't gonna tolerate no disrespect and no woman running out wild like that without. See, some of the shit y'all get away here with in America doing, they ain't gonna tolerate that shit over there in their country. That's why some of them come here and they never go back if they want to go, go wild. They know, because they ain't gonna want that shit getting around, because they don't play that. So she over there in Africa. I wonder what part of Africa she in. They will have a feast on her ass. That's one thing they ain't gonna play, is some woman coming out of. Yeah, Jerronda Pace. Yeah, she seemed like she came from a broken up family life and everything. Like I said, Robert Sylvester Kelly probably took these young women and helped them find their life, a career, helped them with their talents, their gifts, and try to give them some help, a job, whatever. And then they turned it around on him that he was having sex with them and he had them doing threesomes and this, that, the other. He ain't make them do nothing against their will. These were volunteers. He probably said, "You sure you want to do this kind of job or you want to do that?" He probably gave them options of what they wanted to do. What were they in search for as far as star search? Star search. They was in search for themselves of what they wanted to, with whatever talents they had or gifts they had that they was pursuing a career in, and that's what they chose to do. If they wanted to be a dancer, stripper, a singer, or just had a career as an actress or actor. Oh, she's in Florida. She's not in Africa. But she's doing a scene like she is in Africa or something like that. Because I know in Africa, they ain't going to play that shit. They will not play that. Because even some of these African women, they know better. They know better than to go come out in America and get buck wild, and then they're going to think they're going to take that shit back to Africa with them. You better believe it's not going to happen. You better believe it's not going to happen. A woman out there disgracing themselves. They don't tolerate that shit. Not even in the Middle East, or not even probably in some countries, yeah, but but I doubt it in Africa. They ain't ready for that shit. Now they do probably got something. If they do put her in one of those little places where the pimp daddies are and everything else like that, I'm like I said, she ain't gonna never come back the same. She'll get her shit together and come back here and try to walk a straight path. Because she will not be respected. And I know that. Because I've been exposed to the culture. You ain't gonna step out in line and do. And even if you do it, you just better not think about coming back to Africa. Stay your ass over in America. Oh yeah, those Clarys. To me, I don't know which one is worse, the Clarys or the Savages. And I really truly believe the Savages is really Savages. I could see that family is something is wrong with that family altogether. The Clarys, I don't. The thing is that I never seen too much of them. Well, if she in Africa, she better stay her ass in it. Well, she gonna come back, but I bet you before she come back, she gonna straighten her little ass out. I never thought she was all that anyway. I didn't like her little fast ass mouth. When she got on Gayle King's show, I didn't like the way she was talking. I didn't praise that. I just wanted to hear what she had to say, but I always knew she had a fast ass mouth. Because she was doing mostly all the talking, and Joycelyn didn't do too much talking. And Joy and then that's what Gayle King said. She says, "Well, Joyce, you seem to be very quiet over there. You shaking your head. You haven't said very much." And even when they went back to the hotel, when they were saying when after R. Kelly was taken in custody, I think it was. If you go back and look at the video that she did, she went live. They came live and whatever. They're not live, but they came out, did a video together. Who was doing all the talking? Azrael. Oh, we're fine. And that's when the dog was on this. She was playing with the dog or whatever. Yeah, she seemed like she was always the one trying to control everything. She tried to make it look like she was the girlfriend. Like she was really R. Kelly's. Oh, so they had Avenatti. They had that crooked ass attorney to be there defending them. And he set their ass up. Because look at all the stuff that came out about him. And what's her name was trying to get herself a case. What's that lady name again? Gloria Allred. Savages didn't have a case. They just didn't. They was just doing too much. And so was the Clarys. So was the Clarys. They didn't seem wrapped too tight. Especially those Savages. Them Savages were just too much. They had a Ashanti, whatever her name is, Asante or whatever, that's grown ass crackhead. They went and paid her a few dollars to come in. She didn't even know what to say. She was forgetting what to say. Tim Savage had to come in and try to clear that up when she was talking about they was at the house over in this area. That it wasn't at this place, it was at another place somewhere else. Switching up the houses, whatever they was saying. I was like, what is she talking about? And her face she looked like she just got off her high or whatever. Also, the Clarys was Avenatti was the Clarys attorney, and the Savages had that Gerald Griggs or whatever his name is, that fraud. Oh, stuff gonna come out about him soon too. You watch it. You wait for it. You wait for it. It's gonna be a whole lot of heat on his ass. It's gonna be a whole lot of stuff on him because he don't seem too legit his damn self. Just somebody that was just out there trying to get their name out there. Now I don't understand how he's connected with this family. I just don't. Who you talking about? That Larry from Grown Man, whoever? Isn't he supposed to be in jail? I don't know. They said he was in jail quite a few times, but I still see stuff on him. He's on jail or house arrest or something like that. This is what I don't understand. How these people that got these criminal passes behind them, and they still dealing with some open cases on they behind, and they out here trying to put R. Kelly away. If anything, they should be more defending R. Kelly than be trying to put him in jail. Wouldn't it be better that way than to try to put somebody in jail and you trying to get up and you got a mess going on with yourself too? Wouldn't it make you look better if a man more on his defense side than a man against him? Who wants to be in jail? Like that's gonna make you look good. I don't know. That grown man, I don't really mess with him much. I never really messed with him. I never really went on his channel or anything. I never really followed anything about him. I know he used to come a lot on Oh, so he befriended Larry. So Angelo was communicating with Larry, and he befriended Larry. Okay, so that's how they hooked up together. So how he know so much damn stuff about Angelo and the Clarys and all this stuff? I don't. The grown man, because I never really followed him up. People used to come and tell me about it. I said, I don't go over there. I don't mess with that man. I don't stay on his platform. I never really been on his platform. I never really messed with him. He always used to be coming over here. Every time I used to see him, he used to follow. He used to be running over there to be on when Sky used to come on, he used to run over there to Sky's platform. He was running over there. He used to be over there when Hollywood Next used to have her little live going on. He used to come running up in the lives over there. And everybody that seemed to have had a large number of followers on their platforms, he'd be running to their platform. And when Blockbender came on, and he used to start running over there to Blockbender's platform. Oh, so that's what he did. He showed Azarel the docu-series, and he told her everything Robert told her was a lie, and this, that, and the other. Azarel was watching the damn docu-series. Larry didn't show her that. They had access to all what was going on social media from the time the series was aired. They was watching it. They wasn't restricted from watching anything. Robert was even watching it. I'm sure he sat there and watched that show too. So Larry wasn't bringing nothing to her that she didn't already know about that docu-series, the Surviving R.Kelly. She's a liar, just like Drea lied and said she ain't know nothing about. What was it that she lied about, that she ain't never know about the sex tape? Like she got on the show and then what's her name said, let me say, no, I don't want to see nothing like that. No. Then how the hell she never knew about all these rumors and all this other stuff before she made up, had 3 kids with him, and all of a sudden now she come with a story. Oh, I was being abused. I was this, that. Yeah. She full of shit too. Believe me, Azarel saw it was no way that she did not see that docu-series, even while she was with Robert Sylvester Kelly, because I'm pretty sure he sat down and watched some of it his damn self, and they just couldn't take it. I'm pretty sure when he sat down and watched it, he was watching it with his attorney. They was watching snippets of him in Greenberg. Of course, she took part in the madness. She should have said, no, I don't want to have nothing to do with this. She had everybody, but when she knew money was in it, she came with her crying ass story, crying about, oh, now he got his goons on me, and I can't get to nobody. He's like telling everybody and everything, like he shut down me and my kids, and I got to take care of my kids. And this, her kids was about to age the fuck out. Okay, they wasn't in school, they wasn't doing nothing with their life. Well, the only one that was going to school at the time was the oldest daughter, and she fell out of school. When all this stuff took place and everything, she stopped going to school. And then that's when Drea came and said something about some money, and that's when Steve Greenback told her to go get a job. But she came and told him, I don't care, go work at Burger King or work at Taco Bell's and all this stuff. She tried to be all slick with her damn. They say she like women anyway. You think so? I wouldn't say that, but I don't believe nothing that come from that other woman's mouth. That other woman with that platform, I don't believe nothing she say. I can't rumble with all of that stuff. I don't know who this person is, because somebody please, I can only be the one to. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know your name. You come with some Arab name. I don't even know how to read Arabic. So, goodbye. I don't read no doggone Arabic. Oh, you talk about Drea doesn't have a man? Drea, do you think any man in his right mind could really stand to be around Drea? It's kind of hard to be around her. She got too much she dealing with. She can't. She got too much she need to be delivered from before she could be in any relationship. Yeah, it's kind of hard to be in a relationship with all the mess she dealing with right now, all her drama. You know, man gonna want to be around that mess. Maybe there is somebody, but she's still stuck on R.Kelly. That's why she can't move on. She can't. She probably has several men after her, but yeah, ain't no man gonna want to tolerate that mouth. And she's still too stuck on her ex-husband. She's still too stuck on him. She can't get over him. She did get married before to some dude on her show Hollywood Wives. She did get married, and that dude's name, I don't think that lasted about a good month before a dude got away from her. Or maybe she went back to her ex, the other ex before R.Kelly. I'm sure she got somebody that they probably just seeing each other. Yeah, that's what it is. She still want to be attached to R.Kelly. That's what it is. That's probably why she ain't got nobody, because she still want to be attached to him. And she probably still want him to come around and hit it. That's what it is. You know, I mean, it is what it is. She had 3 kids with him, and she probably one of those, like, we're going to get back together. We're going to work this out. We're going to try to work on this marriage. And we're going to try to, try to bring our family together and all that stuff. She probably got that stuff going on in her head right now. As soon as he get out, we're going to work this out. We're going to go through some counseling. Me, him, and the kids. I could see him going to counseling with his kids, but not with her. I could see that. I could see him and his kids getting some counseling together, but I can't see her being any part of. Well, maybe she might be. Nah, I don't know. I don't think he would want to money. He probably just want to, just work on the fact that we gonna build on a relationship. Oh, she married that man to make Robert jealous, and he was like, "Yeah, go ahead, go on with your life, take her." Get out of here. Get her out of here. Because I think she was probably like trying to control him too. She was trying to control Robert, and she probably tried to control his new husband. That man couldn't take it no more, so that man took off. That's sad though. She by herself now. That's probably why she's so mad and so bitter. Because being a celebrity life, see, it would have been better if she would have remained the way she was when she was on Hollywood Wives, when they first opened up the show or whatever. And she just stayed to herself, and she just didn't bother too much looking back at her old past life and got involved in that docu-series. She would have been better off that way. She was stalking him. You see how she was running to his 50th birthday celebration and putting herself on the saying, yes, y'all buy them CDs and y'all buy them albums, them records and them tickets and everything, because I got to pay my light bills. Y'all got to pay my bill. And see, she was doing dumb shit like that. See, things like that, she shouldn't have been out there putting herself out there doing. Then she came back and doing on Instagram, whatever, cussing people out about talking about her family life and talking about her kids and this. And I don't appreciate, because when it comes to my children, coming back cursing. If she would have just kept her goddamn mouth, you ain't see Camille doing stuff, dumb shit like that. You ain't see Bill Cosby's wife putting herself out there. Well, even though he didn't divorce his wife, like Robert divorced her, but still in all, she could have just kept her damn mouth shut and just tell people, I'm just not going to talk on anything about that right now. Right now, I just got to deal with just taking care of my children, getting my kids out the way. I don't want this exposure on my family, blah, blah, blah. Me and him are not together no more. And we had a great, we had our whatever. We went our separate ways, and we trying to do what we can as far as co-parenting or whatever. She should have just said shit like that. You don't get yourself involved in a criminal case that is against your ex-husband, and then you come with all your bullshit about what went on in your marriage. You jump on the bandwagon with shit like that. You should have handled that shit a long time ago. You should have took care of that shit when y'all was going through the damn divorce. Why now you coming now with your story when the docu-series come on and you going to sit up here and then you going to start coming with all this being hog-tied and beating up in the Jeep and him, you had everything he did. He was like very what they call it, a narcissist, and he was doing all this stuff. He's a manipulative, and he was jealous, and you could all this shit she started saying after the damn man. Everybody was coming after this man, and then she jumped on the bandwagon with it. This is some shit you should have been saying before docu-lie series. You should have put that shit out there before it got to this point, because maybe you would have been more believable. Okay? But no, you're not. I don't believe a goddamn thing came out of your mouth, because you came after. You saw him, or everybody was jumping on him. Time's up. You saw the money was the money was drying up, and you wasn't getting your funds and this, that, and the other, because the man wasn't working. The man was going through all these lawsuits, going through all these fights with trials and this, that, and the other in his life and stuff. People coming at him with all this shit, saying he doing this and he doing that, coming for all his money. Instead of you there standing by his side, fighting some of these cases with him, you up here trying to get your share. Well, now the kids are old enough to take care of their damn self, so you ain't getting nothing now. You are now, it's over. Those kids are aged out now. And I don't know if the youngest son, which is Robert Jr., I don't know what he's doing with his life. I haven't heard much about him. So maybe he's about the only one that's probably doing, getting some kind of help from him or whatever. Like, still probably is what they call again. He's probably still what you call eligible or whatever. I don't know, with child support. But as far as he ain't in the arrears with that one, because she already got all the money she was supposed to get when they came for that $250,000, right? Out of the 300 and something thousand that he has, she got that $250,000, and I guess that should take care of them for the rest of the remaining of their life. Oh, God is going to. This is what I believe. This whole trial is going to be dismissed, and everything he goes through, his valley experience, is going to be restored. 10,000 more. Okay, he's gonna have not enough room to even, it's just gonna all come back to him. Everything that was stolen from him, those women, those books, every book that is signed and sold, and everything is going to be his money. Okay, every show she do on freaking Hollywood wise or on hip hop, whatever, Love and Hip Hop or whatever show she on right now. I don't know what the hell the show is. Hip Hop in Atlanta. I don't know what the hell, because I don't watch them reality shows. So whatever money that she getting from there, that half of that shit gonna be his too. So Robert gonna get back with is rightfully his. All that shit. When this whole shit is over with, his civil case, he gonna get back everything that motherfuckers stole from him. So Miss Clary, she better enjoy making that money. That's why her ass out there making that money now, because she know that every damn dime for them boobs and that behind that she got and all that shit she been doing to him and her father been doing to him, she gonna be out there hustling whatever she can, hustle up some money, because that's gonna be his too. Everything that they stole from this man is going to be restored by God. Okay, and every dime of that money that they make, whatever product they out there, let them go out there and sell their products. Don't try to stop their business, because don't start to stop their hustle, because they're gonna be working for Robert. They're gonna be giving him back his damn money. All that money they stole, all that stuff they lied about and they said about him and this, that, and the other, their assets are going to be frozen, and that's going to be fought in court, and that all that money is going to be right back into his hands. And every time docu-series, whatever movie of the docu-lie series or whatever, that whatever money they made off of that, that's going to be his too. That's what I'm saying. This whole trial going to be thrown out, but I'm just still waiting on another source to come with what really happened. From what I got from Sylvia, I got to see if somebody else got the same information. I'm not just going with one source. I'm not going with one source, because some people will use titles and things and they just for clickbait. Oh, they're gonna give him that too. That's coming too. Common sense. That's coming too. But I'm just waiting on another source to find out if it's true that his attorney said what they said about him getting home, and that Robert. It said that Robert is coming home, but it didn't say that. Update, like I put up there, update on R.Kelly and whatever, this, that, the other, telling people that he's coming home and everything, getting people all excited and everything. And next thing you know what I'm saying? But I'm prayerfully that this whole thing will not go to trial, and that it will be thrown out. All these cases will be thrown out, especially that RICO. That's what I'm praying for. I'm praying they give him all his what's rightfully his. Because that man can't get out there and be normal again like he used to be. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have to find a way to be able to just lay back and relax and get himself together, and every now and then come out and do a show or whatever like that. And he's older now, and plus he got these health conditions, health issues going on, like. Yeah, that's what Kleinberg wanted him to do, so he could eat up that money. I don't want to say stuff because I don't want to start nothing, but I don't think Greenberg had Robert at his best interest either, because of the money that he wasn't able to get his hands on. That's what it was. He thought he was going to get from this trial, but I guess it didn't go the way he thought it was going to go as far as the money wise, because come on, Greenberg is a Jew. Come on. So it didn't look that good for him, so he was like, not trying to fight as hard as he could have fought harder for Robert, but he didn't. Because I remember him even saying something, and then I wonder about this lady, about this bond that was put up for Robert to come out, that 100 and something thousand. Yeah, he took it as long as he can take it, but I know he's gonna be fighting now, mad to get back on the team. Sometimes when people set up things to be evil, it always works out for the good. Whenever the enemy set up a trap, God always, everything they try to set up for Robert, it all turned out in Robert's favor. They ain't have enough yet. Even Doug Donnelly is like getting like, okay, Nicole, we're going to call these dumb women. We're not going to continue to call them girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's getting a little frustrated with this. But I'm waiting for the second. When I hear from another source, y'all, then I will put in my title, Robert is coming home, and be excited. But I'm just looking for them to just throw this whole damn case out. Because that title, that notification I received or whatever like that, seemed like it was more for clickbait. But anyway, y'all, I've been on here long enough, and I wasn't feeling too good today. Me and my husband were supposed to go out and celebrate my job today, but he said we'll do it better tomorrow since you're not feeling good. I wasn't. My stomach was upset today. It's having a little issue. So I'm going to get ready to get up. Oh, Nicole is in beast mode. Well, okay, she came this far, so she has been doing, more to hitting, going out there, checking on Robert and everything, and making sure everything is okay with him, especially after he got attacked in that MCC building by that hardcore criminal, that Jeremiah guy, and she made sure she stayed on top of that. It seemed like Ginger didn't do much. He didn't even come out and say nothing, and didn't even go out there to check on Robert or nothing. It was Nicole out there doing what she had to do. That's all I'm saying. I'm just like saying, but I wonder how these, I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't understand how these people be getting all their sources. How they got so connected to Robert the way they have. Oh, she used to be a prosecutor. Oh, got you. Y'all come on out the bushes now and hit that like button. I see some people coming in, and I don't see y'all hitting that like button. Come on now. Give my channel some love. Sure. Show me some love. Y'all always run into certain people's channel and everything, and they feeding you whatever, but and sometimes I even wonder how they get their sources. So where they get their sources from. They say where they get it from, but how they get connected with certain people. And all this beef going on around them. Yep. Yep. I don't know nobody. I only get what I can get from off of here with y'all with YouTube. But I know Tracy always says she gets her source from somewhere else, and she seems to have a very, she uses a very good, source or whatever like that, like where she do her research at. And I'm gonna go with her when she comes with her report, because she just comes in and give her report and she's out. Thank you, Common Sense. Yes, because I'm about to get out of here anyway. So, I know there's other things going on out here on these YouTube streets, and some of y'all want to go over there and be entertained. But I just wanted to just follow up on what's taking place right now with Robert, and also to talk about the rally, the protest that will be on August 6th. This is what I got from over on Infamous Sylvia's channel. August the 6th, they will looking for everybody to mostly show up on the 6th of August, and they'll be on the 7th of August. And I was just wanted to say about safety and things like that, because I want to make people, if you're going to be with a group of people, if you come in, please put your name on the roster that you're going to be there. Please, if you're going to go, please, if you're going to check in whatever hotel y'all going to be checking in at, please, y'all should try to all stay at the same hotel so everybody can be able to be in a group together. So nobody's, just for safety reasons, just be careful and make sure you check out for ID. Nobody underage is showing up from this group of people, from, the R.Kelly, support team or whatever, that on YouTube or whatever. People do what they want on their other channel, but I just wanted to just put that out there so you can put that information out there, let it get around, that nobody should be coming without ID, and make sure that they are at least 18 and over to attend the event. Anybody under 18 should not be coming to this event unless they are being there with their parents. If they're with their parents, then it should be okay. And you all stay in a group. Don't be roaming around by yourself or whatever, and things like that. Because I mean, from the last protest, I didn't like the reports that came back. Some things that were said about somebody being, some whatever took place. I don't want to say it. I don't want to repeat that because I don't want to. Might not have been true, but it came back that way. And then from what the last thing that had happened, when they went to the trial and everything, when they went out there to Robert's status hearing and his last court date or whatever like that, some stuff happened, and it came back on YouTube, and it started to become a very, became a distraction, it became a problem and everything. And it kind of like turned people off from wanting to go to these events. So if you do go, please try to go with your group. Please try to stay with your group. Please try to make sure y'all stay, close by. And yeah, you don't want negative shenanigans. So you want to make sure everybody stay together and everybody just hang in there and get that one day going, and make sure you just be careful. Just be careful. I'm trying to get out there on the 6th. I'm looking at the weather. I'm looking at how I'm feeling, and that's also going to be falling on a weekend anyway, so I shouldn't have any problem with it because I don't work on weekends. I only work Monday through Friday. And now for the summer, I'm off on Fridays anyway, so I'm good. Yeah, I'm off on Fridays, and I go to work from Monday through Thursday, even because I'm off on Fridays. But I just want to make sure people will just turn out to be a great event, and it's going to be a successful event, and make sure, like, I'm trying to just put some tips out there for people, because I heard from last protest, and then you want to make sure people are not going, with your group and everything. Those are those you're going to go with your group and everything, that y'all don't, you being protected, for your own safety. For your own safety, because there's some people that don't be acting right here on these YouTube streets, and there's some people that got platforms. I wouldn't even be part of that group at all. Go with people that are going to be responsible adults, and they ain't going to be out here doing no wild stuff, crazy stuff, hurting other people or making threats and inciting violence and all that other stuff. So you want to make sure you be with the right people with the right conduct in the public. You just don't run with anybody, because if you see their behavior here on YouTube, you know what they're going to be out there on the streets like, right? And then you want to make sure you take safety precautions. Here's just some people I wouldn't rock with. I ain't worrying about going with no group because I got my family out there. That's mine. That's gonna be my group. You know, who's irritating a child? Yeah, I try to give good advice. You know, I'm older than a lot of you out here. Some of y'all, I'm 54 years old. And I've been out and I've seen things and I'm following all this stuff that went on behind Robert Sylvester Kelly. Only God knows how some of these minors were even allowed to even come to his concerts or get in his concerts. You know, so you got to be careful about who you rocking with on these YouTube streets too. You see people behavior, what you see is what you get. And certain people I will not follow. And the only reason why I'm considering going is because Daddy Lolo, he seems like a decent young man. He don't seem like too much trouble out here on YouTube. He don't be starting no trouble with nobody. I don't see him in no trouble. You know, pretty mature people and stuff like people like that know how to, you know, conduct themselves in the right mannerism. I don't mind being with. I don't see him inciting violence to nobody or trying to start trouble out here. So he's hosting this event, even though he didn't contact me like I asked him to. But that's okay. That's cool. You know, it ain't about him anyway. It's about Robert Sylvester Kelly. And if it's anything I could come out here and share with you guys that are interested in going, this is what I will give you advice to do. Don't just go following any platform. Okay. Just stick with whoever you know you feel comfortable with being around and people that don't seem like about that type of life, violence, you know, and doing things like that in the public. Because certain people I just don't follow. I watched from the last couple of ones I was just watching, you know, and seeing how their behavior was. Of course she will. She will always. You talk about Drea? Of course she will. You know, that's going to be her whole life story. You know, for the rest of her days is Robert. Before she take her last breath, Robert. She's so in love with that man. She crazy about that man. Forever. She's so in love with him. That's probably why he got away from her. He probably was stalking him. She tried to make it sound like she wasn't, but she probably was. Damn, could I breathe? Every time he was probably in the studio, she probably was calling every 5 freaking minutes. Mm-hmm. She didn't give that man a chance to breathe. Probably why he got away from her. Anyway, y'all, I gotta get out of here. So anyway, it's been I really like the fact that y'all all came in. Thank you for so much showing me love and coming into my live tonight with me. You didn't have to, but you did it anyway. You could have been anywhere else, but you came here. And I appreciate each and every last one of you. You all have a wonderful and blessed evening. And if God's willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow. But prayerfully, me and my husband will be going out for our celebration to celebrate with me from, you know, my new job and everything. And we're going to have some drinks. I couldn't go today. I wasn't feeling good. Honestly, I wasn't. I took a nap, took my sister to the airport, came home. I did a live. Then after I did that live and everything, I, you know, drunk me some tea and everything. And then I laid down and I took a little nap and stuff. And my stomach was still feeling a little upset and I just told my husband and everything, let's hold out till tomorrow. And he was like, all right, babe. And he was like, that's cool. Yep. So I was like, all right. So we'll hold out till tomorrow and we'll go and celebrate and stuff like that. Because I know once I'm eating and we go out and I'm drinking and stuff, I didn't want it to upset my stomach anymore. So I said, I'm going to hold out till tomorrow. I'm feeling a lot better than what I was this afternoon and this morning. You know, after I dropped I was like, my stomach is bothering me. So I had to drive 1 hour to get her down there and then an hour back all by myself. And I came home, I took a nap, woke up, my stomach was still kind of upset. This, that, and the other. But anyway, y'all, your girl got to go. Thank you for coming in. If God's willing, I'll probably see you all tomorrow. You all be blessed. Love you and peace.